5 things you should know about Kundalini energy. So, if you've been searching for more information and knowledge about Kundalini energy, but going down the Google rabbit hole makes it just seem more cryptic and confusing, this video is for you. I'll break some things down and make them super easy and super understandable so that you're a little bit more knowledgeable about Kundalini energy. So, first, what I want you to know is that everyone has this energy. Every single person. So, if you're watching this, you have it, and it's this energy that sits at the base of our spine. But although everyone has it, not everyone decides to work with it. So, it really is this untapped potential that is within your body. And the more that you start to come in tune with yourself, to energy, to your body, then you can start to open it up. The second thing is that it is rarely dangerous. So often, Kundalini gets this bad reputation that it's going to blow up your whole life, that all of these things are going to go wrong once you start to work with it, once you start to experience it. And that's really only true in maybe like 1 to 2% of cases. And usually, these cases are when people are doing very risky things with their bodies. So, for example, maybe doing lots of plant medicine ceremonies or doing lots of more energetic practices that aren't very clean, do these situations start to happen. So, I recommend if it's something that you want to work with, finding a community or finding a mentor, starting a yoga practice, going to someone that knows more about it to start to open it up. I feel that it also gets this reputation that it's dangerous because it starts to change things very quickly in your life. And for some, that can be very alarming because they're not ready to shift things. But it's not shifting things for the worse. It's only making these shifts that bring you into more clear alignment with yourself. So that can also be hard because then you're confronted a bit with, wow, I've been living a certain way and I need to start to let go of that. Or I need to start making new decisions that better serve the person I am and the person that I want to be. And so it gets much more clear about maybe these shifts that need to happen, and so that's also why people say it's dangerous, is because it can be confronting of what in your life needs to shift. The third thing is that it's not just a single awakening. So I feel that I've heard Kundalini be talked about as it's just this checklist from on your spiritual bucket list. So, okay, I've had the Kundalini awakening. And that's not really how it works. And if you've had a one time awakening, amazing. But it's not about just one time. Oftentimes, when people have this one time experience of it, then they have a huge experience of energy, and it can be very profound and very meaningful and very expansive. But in reality, your body can't hold the energy. So, just like with a battery, how batteries can hold different voltages. Well, it's a little bit like that with your body. So, if you get a big experience of energy in your body, that's why it can be very wow. But it takes time to calibrate your nervous system, to calibrate your body to hold more energy. And when you decide to work with it more, it's going to continue to bring more and more change, more and more of the benefits will come through it. But when you just have a one time single experience, it's just like having one piece of the pie, one bite of the cake. It's not really all of the fullness and all of the richness that really come with the experience. And so, if you've been wanting to explore it more, I have some videos on YouTube with this playlist that are all different videos that will teach you how to start learning to work with Kundalini in your body. The fourth thing I want to share with you are these different ways to wake it up and open it up. So there's many different things we can do that will open up the energy. So some examples of this, we have breathwork, we have shakti, which is a more traditional type of meditation that works with calling in the energy and bringing that in through your body. We have Kundalini yoga. We have tantric bodywork or de-armoring. We have different tantric practices, different sexual practices will help to open it up. Plant medicines and psychedelics can also open it up. And we have Kundalini activation. And Kundalini activation has gotten a lot more popular in the last years. So, if you've been curious to experience Kundalini activation, I offer sessions online. And yes, it works online. Energy, there is no time or space when we work within the quantum field. And it can be super fascinating that you can experience it from anywhere in the world. I offer sessions a couple times a month, and you can check out that link in the show notes below. And so the fifth thing I want to share with you is to explain around this symbolism of the snake. So we see the snake jewelry, the snake tattoos, all of these snakes when we see Kundalini, and what does that actually mean? So there's a couple different ways and reasons that the snake is the representation. First of all, we have the shedding of skin. We see snakes, and they're one of the only animals where we really see all of the skin, all of these layers come off. And that's very similar to what happens when you start on the Kundalini path. There's these continual layers shedding off energetically. Kundalini, it's a very fiery and it's a very purifying energy. And the more that we work with that in our energy system, the more that we start to shed off these energies that are no longer us. So if you believe that everything is energy, all of these experiences that we've had throughout our lives, they stay within our energy field unless we've given the capacity to process out. So if we've had a lot of sticky emotions, we've had a hard childhood, we've been in places that really bring us down, we've picked up different programs or conditioning, all of that has an energetic signature that stays within our energy field. And so when you work with Kundalini, these energies, they start to dissolve, they start to clear out, and it comes layer by layer. It's not a one-time thing, but just as these energies start to dissipate from your system, it's like the shedding of skin with the snake. So you always are feeling this rebirth into your more true essence. And as well, Kundalini has this very cyclic, snake-like movement to it when you start to move with the energy. So the body might be moving in these cyclic ways, just like if you've seen one of the serpent dancing with the guy playing the flute, maybe you've seen how the snake will move in these very beautiful patterns. And the energy moves a lot like that throughout your body. So throughout your torso, throughout your hips, throughout your neck. And the more that you work with it and the more harmony that there is with the energy, the more snake-like it becomes. It can be super fascinating and super beautiful to see it expressed, but this usually isn't the first time when you experience the energy that it has this expression. It takes time to develop our bodies to hold it and to develop our bodies to move in those ways. So again, those are 5 different facts you should know about Kundalini. I hope that made it a lot more digestible to you and gave you a good framework about some different things on this energy. If you have any more questions or any facts to add to this list, you can drop me a comment in the box below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon.